Our skin is known as the largest organ of the body and does an amazing job to protect itself from nasty invaders. But sometimes an allergen can get the best of our skin, resulting in a reaction in the form of hives, itchy rashes, or bumps. We chat to dermatologist Dr. Ian Webster to understand how skin allergens work and how we can treat them. Welcome to the Loft, Doc.
Good afternoon.
What are some of the most common skin allergies people experience, and what exactly causes these types of reactions?
There are basically two common skin allergens. Number one, there's what we call urticaria or hives, or in Afrikaans people call it bommels, and that is usually caused by the ingestion of something that you've taken in. So it can be a medication like aspirin, Disprin, penicillin, or sometimes a blood pressure pill. The other thing that can cause it is ingestion of foodstuffs, things like nuts, shellfish, strawberries. That's the type of thing that can cause it. The other type of common skin allergy is what we call allergic contact dermatitis. And that's where you become allergic to a chemical that you apply to your skin. And it can be things like nickel in your costume jewelry. But what we're seeing now with this COVID pandemic is a lot of people are becoming allergic to their masks. Like the surgical masks contain something called formaldehyde, and you can become allergic to that, or the dyes in the fabrics in the cloth masks, and we're getting reactions to that. I'm seeing a lot of that in my private practice.
Absolutely. I think a lot of South Africans can relate to all of these allergies that you speak of. But is eczema considered an allergy, and what are the general causes of it?
The term eczema and dermatitis, you can interchange the two names. That means exactly the same thing. And there are basically two types of eczema. We get eczemas from within, and that's often a genetic type of eczema. And then there is, as I explained, there is the allergic contact dermatitis. So that is where you become allergic to something external. An atopic eczema, that is often a type of eczema that goes with asthma, hay fever, and eczema. And people can have eczema from the day they're born to the day they die. And sometimes this can be a very troublesome type of eczema. But we think it's not a true primary allergy. We think it's often related to the barrier function of your skin. So if you use the wrong products, it can make it worse.
Now, can seasonal allergies trigger skin reactions or allergies of the skin?
Yes, definitely. So often with the atopic eczema, it's often associated with asthma and hay fever. So in the springtime, often you get pollens, molds, and various things in the air that can trigger the hay fever and the asthma, but it can also trigger the eczema as well. So often in springtime, the eczemas do get worse. And those are called aeroallergens. So those are allergens that are actually in the air. Yeah.
Then, Dr. Ian, how can we treat and manage these allergies?
So number one, the hives. So the ideal thing is to try and identify the allergen and then avoid it. So with hives or urticaria, you try and identify what you've taken, what pill you've taken, what food stuff you've taken, and then sometimes you even need to keep a food diary. So you need to keep a little diary of everything you've ingested and see if you can work out what you're allergic to. Contact dermatitis, again, a careful history of what you've applied to the skin and the distribution of the rash. Say, for instance, if you're wearing cheap costume jewelry and you suddenly get an itchy rash on your earlobes, then you can identify that it could be the metal, the nickel from your cheap costume jewelry. The aeroallergens are more difficult. So those are things through the air. You can do allergy tests, what we call RAS tests. You can try and identify, for instance, if you're allergic to pollens and things like that. But obviously those are more difficult to try and avoid. And that's why sometimes you have to take a non-sedating antihistamine on a regular basis in the springtime, often when the allergies are worse, because you can't, sometimes those aeroallergens you can't actually avoid.
Well, thank you so much, dermatologist Dr. Ian Webster, allowing us to navigate when it comes to seasonal allergies and skin allergies. Goodbye.
Thank you.
When it comes to seasonal allergies, there are a range of symptoms which one may experience, but with the right care, these conditions can be managed. We all deserve to enjoy life allergy-free. ALLERGEX non-drowsy can assist with allergy relief for the entire day. Free to be you. Live, work, play, sleep, allergy-free with ALLERGEX non-drowsy.